What if the key to strength, peace, and freedom does not come from controlling the world around you, but from mastering the world within you? What if the most powerful form of success is not external achievement, but internal stability? And what if the ability to remain calm, clear, and unshakable in the face of hardship is something anyone can develop? These ideas form the core of Discourses by Epictetus, one of the greatest teachers of Stoic philosophy. Born into slavery and later freed, Epictetus taught that true freedom is an inner condition. No injustice, misfortune, or external force can control a person who controls themselves. His message remains just as urgent today as it was 2,000 years ago. The foundation of Discourses is the principle that we must understand what is within our control and what is not. Epictetus teaches that the source of human suffering is our desire to control things beyond our power. Trying to control other people, external events, or outcomes outside our influence guarantees frustration and anxiety. However, we do have complete control over our thoughts, judgments, choices, and actions. This is where personal power exists. Peace begins when we stop wasting energy on what we cannot control and focus entirely on what we can. Epictetus teaches that suffering does not come from events themselves, but from the interpretations we attach to them. Two people can experience the same event and feel entirely different emotions. The difference is not the event, but the meaning. We cannot always choose our circumstances, but we can always choose our response. That is the essence of Stoic resilience. Nothing outside of us has the power to disturb us unless we allow it. Another key lesson from Discourses is the importance of self-discipline. Freedom is not doing whatever you want. Freedom is the ability to choose wisely and resist impulses that weaken you. Without discipline, you become a prisoner of desire, emotion, and habit. Discipline is the path to strength and character. Epictetus compares life to athletic training. To become strong, you must accept discomfort, commit to improvement, and refuse excuses. Epictetus teaches that most people chase pleasure, comfort, status, and validation. They depend on external things to feel complete. But external things can be taken away in an instant. Fortune changes without warning. Happiness built on externals is fragile. Happiness built internally is unbreakable. The wise person builds a foundation inside themselves that no circumstances can destroy. One of the most powerful lessons in Discourses is the idea that obstacles are opportunities. When something difficult happens, most people complain, resist, or collapse. The Stoic sees difficulty as training. Every challenge reveals who you truly are and gives you a chance to grow stronger. Hardship is not a punishment. Hardship is a teacher. Nothing great is achieved without struggle. We become resilient by facing adversity, not avoiding it. Epictetus also emphasizes the importance of humility and learning. We cannot grow if we believe we already know everything. Wisdom begins with admitting ignorance. A wise person listens more than they speak, learns from others, accepts correction, and values truth above ego. Pride blocks improvement. Humility unlocks growth. Another vital teaching in Discourses is the importance of practicing virtue. Epictetus argues that the purpose of life is not wealth, glory, or pleasure, but virtue, which consists of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. If you live with virtue, external results no longer matter. If you live without virtue, no amount of success will satisfy you. Virtue is the standard for judging your life, not opinions of others or temporary outcomes. The book also teaches that we should not fear failure, pain, or death. Fear traps the human mind and prevents action. Fear prevents us from living fully. Epictetus tells us that death is not frightening because it is natural and unavoidable. What is frightening is never truly living while we are alive. A person ruled by fear is already defeated. A person who accepts reality becomes unstoppable. Another powerful lesson is the control of emotion. Epictetus does not tell us to suppress feelings, but to examine them. Anger, envy, jealousy, and anxiety arise when expectations clash with reality. To eliminate emotional suffering, we must remove false expectations and accept what is. When we align ourselves with truth instead of fantasy, inner peace arrives. Epictetus also teaches the value of detachment. We can enjoy relationships, success, and material goods without clinging to them. Clinging creates fear. Appreciation creates freedom. Love deeply, but accept loss. Work hard, but release the outcome. Live fully, but without possession. The more lightly you hold external things, the more powerful you become internally. The Discourses teach that we should judge progress not by what we say, but by how we live. Philosophy is not theory. It is a practice. Wisdom must be demonstrated in action. Anyone can speak of principles. Few embody them. A strong person acts with integrity even when no one is watching. Words do not build character. Habits do. Epictetus emphasizes the importance of environment. You become like the people you surround yourself with. If you spend time with the weak-minded, you will become weak. If you surround yourself with those who pursue excellence, you will rise. Choose influences carefully. Protect your mind from negativity, gossip, and distraction. Discourses also teaches that complaints and blame are signs of weakness. A strong person never blames others for misfortune. They take responsibility for their reactions and adjust. Complaining makes problems worse and turns you into a victim. Responsibility turns you into a creator. You cannot control the world, but you can control the meaning you assign to it. Epictetus also challenges us to face our flaws honestly. Accepting mistakes is not shameful. Refusing to grow is shameful. Self-examination must be daily. Ask yourself, where did I act with weakness? Where did I fail to live up to my values? What can I improve tomorrow? Improvement begins with awareness. Awareness begins with honesty. The central message of Discourses is simple. Do not wish for an easier life. Wish for a stronger mind. Peace does not come from changing the external world. Peace comes from changing the internal world. You become invincible when nothing outside of you controls your happiness. You cannot be mastered by anything unless you surrender your mind. The big takeaway from Discourses is that the quality of your life is determined not by events, luck, or external results, but by the strength of your character and the clarity of your mind. Freedom is internal. Power is internal. Happiness is internal. When you master yourself, you master everything. When you neglect yourself, nothing else will ever satisfy you. So what lesson from Epictetus resonates most with you? The idea that suffering comes from judgment, not events? The discipline of focusing only on what you can control? The importance of virtue and inner strength? Or the reminder that obstacles are training for greatness? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this summary, like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and tap the bell so you never miss our weekly deep dives into life-changing books. Remember, you cannot control life, but you can always control your mind. and that is the greatest power a human being can possess.